What's the best version of yourself? Have you ever been asked that before? I believe we oftentimes, when we hear that, we think of our future. We think of how we live in a big mansion, or the resources we would have, or the people we would have, or how the environment would be. But the best version of you is basically the current condition of your mindset. So it's not an image, it's a mindset. And that's something I had to deal with the hard way. We often look at things and don't realize it's our perspective. It's not the actual environment. It's like the great meme where you see the two people looking out of the prison walls. And even though they're both looking at the same environment, their perspective is what makes what they see differently. What do I mean by that? I mean that most people look at a situation and it's based on how they perceive it because of their past things that happen, experiences. But you'll have two people look at the same thing. One person to see opportunity, one person to see failure. That's why you have two people grow up in the hood. One person go to college, they see opportunity. The other person stays in the hood and they see failure. So now whatever they look at is deemed failure. But because I chose opportunity, whatever I look at is opportunity. What do I mean? Just because I'm living with my mom, even if I don't even have a room in the house, if I see opportunity, every time I go out, I can have a chance to get out of my mom's house. But if I'm in that same situation and I only see failure, an opportunity might present itself, but my mindset won't let me accept it. What do I mean by that? Let's say you meet someone and they have a chance to give you opportunity for a job. Now that job is not a fill out an application or, come here and do an interview. But that job is meet me tomorrow and you can start making money. If you have a failure mindset, most people are going to say this man's trying to use me. But if you have an opportunity mindset, you are saying this man is not only going to pay me, but I can learn a new skill, or I can learn something that can give me an opportunity to get out of my current situation. So it's not that people don't want to get out of their current situations. It's based on their perspective. Some people see failure and some people see opportunity. So I ask you again, what's the best version of yourself? It's not the future, it's your current mindset. So what's the current condition of your mind? That's easy. Whatever you look at, listen to the voice. Whatever you look at, listen to the voice that speaks to you after you look at it. What do I mean? Some people look at a mansion and say, man, I could never afford that. That's a failure mindset. Someone that has an opportunity mindset says, I may not be in that mansion today, but one day that can be mine, even if I never actually live in the house. But you see, the mindset is the big difference. So, like I said earlier, I had to deal with the fact that I was always looking at the outer appearance. Okay, this guy is 6'5", so he's guaranteed to have opportunities in this life. But I didn't realize some of their mindsets are not where it need to be, so they fumble opportunities. But it wasn't based on their mindset. It was based on their natural ability. So you might be like me. You might be a short guy. You might not be talented in most things. But your mindset can make you more successful than the guy that's taller who gets natural opportunities. What do I mean by that? If someone's 6'5", he's going to be put in front of the line just because of his height, not because of what he knows, not because his mindset. That's why we see a lot of people in sports, they get money. But then we realize, how can you ruin it? Because they didn't have the mindset to keep it. They didn't have the mindset to sustain it. Why? Because they never focused on their mindset growing up. They were always celebrated for their height. So if I'm celebrated for my height, why go read a book? If I'm celebrated for my height, why go research this? If I'm celebrated for my height, why should I do anything? Because as I said, the main question of this video, what's the best version of yourself? And most people think because they are naturally gifted, that is the best version of themselves. But the problem is they didn't have to work to become that. What boy worked on coming 6'5"? Like, what exercise did he do to become 6'5"? Like, what did he do at home to become 6'5"? What did she do to become beautiful? What did he do to become naturally athletic? He don't even play sports, but he got a body of a running back. He got the body of somebody that he didn't even have to work to become. That's why I say the best version of yourself is your mindset. Because in order to become the best version in your mind, you have to personally work on that. Your mindset is only going to be built on based on the information you put inside of it. So if you are where you are and you didn't put any information in your mind, that means you are at that place by default. You didn't have to work to get there. It's like a rich kid. A rich kid didn't have to do anything to get in that situation. But my mindset can go take his riches. Why? Because he think because he has money, that's going to sustain the money. But my mindset can surpass him, and now he has to give me all his money. So even though I was born broke, I'm broke in the hood, I can now take over the rich dude's resources. Because what ends up happening is the rich parent formed the mindset that they never gave the child. But my poor mother never gave me my mindset. So it works both ways. The rich person doesn't give their son the mindset, but the poor person doesn't give their child the mindset. So whose responsibility is it for the mindset? Each individual. Now I'm going to get to the nitty gritty so we can really understand why I'm making this video. Some of you are surpassing who you need to be. Why? Because the best version of who you think you are is based on what the outside people say. Because the outside people has a certain list of ideas you should become. And the problem is, if you become those ideas, you're no longer yourself. So many people are the best version of themselves that somebody else created. Damn. That's why Kanye West said, God, if in the end they change me, you're going to blame me. Because I had the choice to let them change me. So no one can change your mind but you. But we allow others to come in our world and change our minds. Why? Because their mind have been changed. But you got to be careful who mind has been changed, because they're going to change your mind. And that's why we have this industry of celebrities. You know, you have MK Ultra mind control. They're thinking and living like someone totally different. Why? Because the whole time when they were broke, they never worked on their mind to become the best version of themselves. So they allowed an outside person to paint a picture of a version they never wanted to become. But now they're in that world saying, why am I this? Why am I that? It's like Beyonce. Beyonce has a video where she says, why did God give me this gift of singing? What the hell is wrong with Beyonce? Who gets a gift that can sing good and be like, God, I don't want this gift of singing? Well, like, what the hell? Like, Beyonce is basically saying, God, why did you give me this gift and make me, you know what I mean, make me famous, make me talented? I don't want it. Why? Because Beyonce got turned into someone she thought was the best version of herself, and she became Sasha Fierce, who she never wants to be. But now she can't go back to being Beyonce. Why? Because she had been brainwashed that Beyonce is the worst version of her. So some of us must be careful, because who we are now, we are brainwashed to think that's the worst version of you, and you can't become the best version of you until you get this, until you have that, until you see this, until you be here, until you be there. But guess what a lot of rich people say? If I could do it all over again, they wouldn't have all the houses. They wouldn't have all the cars. Why? Because they didn't train their mind to accept it. I'm not saying don't have the resources. What I'm saying is train your mind for the resources. What do I mean? Some people right now have a dream car. But the problem with that dream car is when you drive it for 4 years, it's no longer your dream car. It ain't gonna be nice. It ain't gonna be. So basically what I'm saying is don't fall in love with the car. Fall in love with the process. Meaning it doesn't matter which car I have. I make the car of value. The car doesn't put value in me. 50 Cent said something that was powerful. 50 Cent said, I don't have to go buy a $100 t-shirt. I make the t-shirt $100. Basically what he's saying is the best version of who you are is your mindset. But you got to be careful because people try to come in your world and they'll try to picture you to become something you're not. That's why most people have to create a character. Why not be yourself? Why not be Rashad Nate? My name is Nathaniel Rashad. I'm Rashad Nate. I'm keeping my same name. Why create another entity? They create another character so a demonic force can help you control that character. But if I stay who I am, God can control who I am. God will never bless who I try to be. He's only going to bless who I actually am. So some people get mad when God's not blessing them because they're trying to be like somebody else. So they get blessed by something other than God, and they try to say it's God. So I just came and made this quick video. Like I said in the beginning, what's the best version of you? And if you're watching this video, start working on your mindset now, and don't focus on who you are going to be. What I mean by that, you can't focus on what you're going to do tomorrow. You can only work on yourself today. Now you can plan out tomorrow, but you can't work on yourself tomorrow today. So it's a process. It's not a result. And we always been taught the best version of yourself is a result. So I'm going to say this. We should never strive to be the best version. We should always be becoming the best version. Because in this life, you can never reach your highest point. You could never become the best version of yourself because you're not supposed to reach an end point. You're supposed to always evolve. If you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you guys will know when I have another video out like this. And if you want in-depth and more training, go to my Patreon. It's going to be the first link in the description. And once again, like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.